All right, we are live. Can you hear me? Drop some in the comment section. Let me be sure you can hear me. Okay, it's 1 minute to 8. So let's get the first participant. All right, I can see one person has joined. One, kindly drop a comment section that you can hear me. All right, let me know you can hear me. We'll proceed immediately. All right. See, one person is live. So once, if you're the one, if you can hear me or my audible is loud enough, drop a comment section so we can proceed. Right. Once I can get a confirmation from you, we would go ahead with the training. All right, so up to you. Okay, I can see 3 members in the house already. Great. All right, if you can hear me and the audible is clear, give me a go ahead sign. Drop 111 and fire. I have my eyes in the comment section. Okay, somebody say my voice should be more audible. Okay, Mr. George, I see you, sir. Good evening. Is the voice much audible now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If it's more clearer now, just let me know. Okay, Mr. Sebastian, good evening, sir. I celebrate you. Is my voice clearer now? Because we're about to go live. Once I get a confirmation from you guys that the voice is okay, I would proceed with the class. Okay, I've gotten the confirmation from Sebastian that it's okay. Mr. George, I hope it's clear from your end. Let me get a confirmation from you and then I will proceed right away. All right, great. I've gotten a confirmation from Mr. George, so let's proceed. All right. So welcome to the second day of the Crypto and Forex Bootcamp. You guys have been amazing. I'm grateful for your turnout and your consistency. Is day 2 and we're here to gain as much value as we can get. All right, so without wasting so much time, let's just get straight into the conversation. Right, if you've been getting value so far, I would appreciate if you could just click on the subscription button and subscribe to my YouTube channel right away. All right, so today we're going to be learning about introduction to trading. Right, you know, I always told you guys yesterday that before I begin to teach you about trading, I must first ensure that your mindset is ready and ready to accept whatever information I want to give you. That is why we started by first discussing or breaking down some of the limiting beliefs that might probably have prevented or whatever I'm going to be teaching you from entering your head. Right. So today we are going to begin to get the ball rolling by learning introduction to trading. This trading you want to learn, what is it all about? That's what we're going to be learning today. All right, so let's go. Now, what is trading now, right? My trading has started, right? Anybody that is not here already, of course, there's going to be a YouTube. Anybody that's not here is definitely missing already. So trading is the buying and selling of commodities for profit. Now, when I say what is trading, right, don't begin to think of this trading is just crypto or forex. Look at trading as trading. Whenever I'm teaching people, right, I always do one thing. I ensure or I help them to understand that trading crypto or trading forex is not entirely different from the normal trading we do in our day-to-day life. All of us go and buy gari, let's go and buy cars. All of those things are trading. The only difference between those people that engage in those kind of regular trades are the commodities we engage in. So while these people might be selling gari, sugar, palm oil, and all of those stuff, they own are physical commodities or services. What we basically engage in our trading are currencies or crypto, currencies of nations or digital assets. You understand? So trading across all board is what is trading, right? The only thing that differentiates us is the platform. We practically execute our own trading activities online via digital platforms, while they go to a physical store to execute their own trading operations, right? So in trading, the basic things in trading, the things that work are the simplest and basic things. Now, go and meet anybody that is involved in buying and selling. They will tell you one particular thing, that the thing that makes that proves that your business is profitable are just three things. Number one, the presence of a product. Number two, the presence of a seller, and number three, the presence of a buyer. Once these three criteria are in check, every other thing is secondary. What I'm trying to say by this? The steps, or the steps the steps that give the most result are the simplest things, right? The things that work in trading are the simplest things. Trading crypto and forex is not entirely out of place too. It is the simpler things that work, right? Yet a lot of people tend to ignore and look for some sophisticated or advanced concepts they want to learn. I always give the example. Back then when we were in school, right? They ask us to define machine. We that we are not so we that we look like the lazy ones. We just say machine is an instrument that makes what easy for man. Probably one or two lines, and we are done with our explanation. But then there are another set of people that would want to now begin to go extra mile. I even want to give reference in defining their own machine. Are they out of point? They're not out of point. What am I trying to say? Our mind has been conditioned in such a way that we feel the more sophisticated you are, the better chance you are at succeeding. While that might look like it's true, but in essence, it is actually false. Because in trading and any endeavor of your life, the thing that works the most are the simplest and basic things. Yet, a lot of people, because of our conditioning, are believing that the things have to be sophisticated, or trading has to be sophisticated. You have to be doing a lot of calculations here and there for you to make profit. But I'm here to tell you that is not exactly how trading works. Understand? So let's progress now. So in trading, the financial market, you can make money either when the commodity is rising or falling. Now, this is one of the most unique nature of trading, right? You can make money when the market is either rising or falling. Now, this contradicts the normal day-to-day, other day-to-day trading activities that we know about. You know why? Because in other trading businesses, the only way you make money, for example, people that sell gari, the only way they make money is only when they buy low and sell high. The only way they make money is a one-way form of business. If the market does not go up from the price at which they bought, they are not making any money. Is that not so? But then for a cryptocurrency now, or for forex now, you can make money either ways. If you're able to predict that the market is going to go up, you can make money from it. If you're also being able to analyze and predict that the market is going to go down, you can also make money from it, right? So you can see either whether the market is going up or coming down, you have no business with it. If you can predict this movement, or you can analyze this particular movement, you can take advantage of them and make money for yourself. That is one of the beauty of trading. All right. When the market is rising, you make money by longing or buying the market. Now, that's what we call longing or buying. These are some of the terminologies you're going to be hearing me talk about from time to time, right? In trading now, these are some of the terminologies you use. So when you analyze the market and say, this market is going up, in trading, that terminology is called what? You want to long the market. So when your intention of going into a particular trading decision is to ensure that price goes up, that particular description or the term you can use to describe that gesture is you want to buy the market. You're taking a trading decision in favor of an upward movement, or you want to long the market. So tomorrow, if you hear me say I want to long the market or I want to buy the market, I'm projecting price to go upward. All right. And then when market is falling, you make money by selling or shorting the market. So when you hear people say, I want to sell BTC, it means that BTC, they are expecting that BTC is going to fall. Or when you hear they say, I want to short the market, they are speculating that the market is going to fall down in price value. All right, let's make progress. Now, there are what we call pillars of successful trading career, and this is where I want to hammer heavily on this particular section. Every other business we know, every other business or whatever it is that we have in this world today, they all have major pillars for which they are established upon. Trading is not exceptional. You want to develop your spiritual life, there are certain pillars that can guarantee for a healthy spiritual growth. You want to build your business, there are certain pillars that must be in check. Every industry has key pillars that are unique for that particular industry. Trading is not exempted, right? So in this particular training, I'm going to be revealing to you some of the major pillars that are involved in trading. Now, imagine a table that has four legs, and then one leg is broken. There's a degree to which the table can withstand pressure. But the moment the four legs are well established, the table has a better chance at maintaining or holding its composure, even if different pressure comes from different angle. What am I trying to say? When you begin to learn about this particular pillar, it's going to help you build a holistic trading career. Right? Remember yesterday when we were talking about why people do not make money in trading, I told you that it's possible they know trading, they know how to do this particular aspect of trading, and they don't know that particular aspect. It's possible they know how to effectively handle the first two pillars, but then they don't know the second or the fourth and the third and the fourth pillar. You understand? So what we are going to do here, I'm going to be revealing to you these pillars of trading so you can have a holistic balance of what it means to trade profitably. All right, these pillars are basically for number one, trading psychology, number two, trading tactics or technical analysis, number three, risk management, and number four, trade journaling. All right, so whatever trade, from today to the end of this particular training, if God permits, we would all what we are going to be doing will be rallied around these pillars. We are not going to go outside these pillars, because if we call this the pillars of trading, it means everything we are going to be learning has to, in one way or the other, connect to these pillars. You understand? So if what you are learning does not connect to these particular pillars, it means you are about to err or go astray. All right? So let's make progress now. So I'm going to be explaining to you guys just a surface. We have dedicated sections to these particular pillars, but for this particular section now, I want to just give you a brief rundown. I want to just give you a brief rundown of these pillars, so you can better prepare against next time. Right? So number one, trading psychology. Right? Trading psychology entails your ability to be mindful of yourself and how your emotions interfere with your trading decisions. Now, when we talk about emotions, like I told you guys, see, don't come here expecting something entirely different. No, trading is not entirely different from some of our day-to-day running. You can say I'm talking about trading psychology. It is not a new concept to you. I want to ask you, is fear a new concept to you? Is this the first time you're hearing about fear? Is this the first time you're hearing about greed? What about jealousy? Is this the first time you're hearing about these things? So all emotional reactions that you've ever exhibited in certain aspects of your life has a way to affect your trading. Are you Are you someone that is full of pride? Do you have low self-esteem? Believe you, as fun as this might sound, all of these things has a way to reflect in your trading performance, right? So the idea of trading psychology is to understand these emotions and how they affect your performance as a trader, right? So I mentioned victim mentality, fear, greed. You place a trade. No, some of you, this is you want about trading psychology, right? It is not so visible to quantify. So sometimes if somebody has not really experienced trading, he might not understand the degree to which these emotions affect his trading, right? But imagine anger now. You want to place a trade, and the moment you place a trade goes against you. Before you know, you're angry. Or maybe I spent 3 hours doing my analysis. How can this market just go against me? In fact, let me revenge trade. Let me put in money and get back my money. This market they craze. You're beginning to get angry. Bro, the market does not care about your feelings. So if you don't know how to control your feelings or limit the way at which your feelings interfere with your trading decisions, you keep on getting yourself burnt out and losing a lot of money. All right. Then we talked about revenge trading, where you begin to irrationally attack the market as if it stole from you, whereas you lost money because of other factors, but your lack of willingness to understand that the market is not responsible for your loss. You now want to attack the market as if, when you're boxing now, maybe the person give you one punch, you can't vex, you want to revenge back. People will feel like if they man up and chase the market will give them their money back. But then that's not how the market works. So these emotions are what are going to push you and land you in trouble. All right. So you also have overconfidence. I talked about overconfidence yesterday. Maybe you just make one small $100, and then the next thing you're posting on your status, I'm a king of trading. You now let down your guards. Trade where you're supposed to risk $10 because of you felt like you've understood in total of everything about trading. You now risked more than expected. Maybe instead of risking $10, you went above and risked 10 times more. You risked $100. Now when the market now go, you can see now that it will look like, wow, let me capitalize on the market. But behind the scene, there's an emotion that is sponsoring that trading behavior. and that emotion is overconfidence. And at the end of the day, nobody gets to anywhere with overconfidence. Confidence is good, but the moment you have it on the excess, on the high side, it's bad. Likewise, if you have it on the low side, I keep on telling people that when it comes to trading psychology, no emotion is bad, right? Once you have a balanced quantity of these emotions, that's what is going to guarantee your longevity in this particular market. But the moment you're too fearful, you're in trouble. If you're too fearful, you're in trouble. If you're too courageous, you're also in trouble too. You have to have these emotions in moderation. If you're not greedy, there's a cap to how much you can make. For you to be able to make good money from this market, you need to be greedy to an extent. You understand? So like I said, none of these emotions are bad in themselves. You only need to learn how to use them to enrich your pocket, right? We also have euphoria, a state of extreme happiness. We have pride and victim mentality. So you get as you go there for trading, right? You enter a trade in this market to just anytime you enter a trade, the trade will be taking you out. You'll be angry. Our village people after my life. You will now begin to feel like something is after your life, and that is why you're not making money in trading. That kind of mentality, what we call a victim mentality. It might look like, why am I only losing my money? But bro, if you have a victim mentality, you will not be able to recognize the fact that you are the cause of your problem and not an external source. Many people used to attribute their lack of progress to an external party. That is why they cannot make positive change or constructive or continuous progress. Any small thing, somebody after my life, why they say, get person wey dey monitor to my village, they looking for calabash, now I don't make money. The moment you begin to feel like that, you're beginning to detach yourself, you're taking yourself away from the decision-making body that would guarantee your progress. So instead of you to say, I'm the one that is responsible for this, my success, this is my failure, Nani cause am now, I'm the one that can change it. You now begin to attribute it to village people. Now, what if those village people come say, then go prosper? Doesn't mean that that's how your trading career will end. So stop that victim's mentality. We also have unwillingness to learn. Okay, calm down, learn. You say no. You say that's something that people are stubborn like goats. Yes, it's good to have conviction, right? But when the knowledge you have is not giving results, bro, humble yourself and learn. But some people, they don't want to humble themselves, probably because of Chinonso is younger than them. Like, cannot learn from this young boy, and then they prefer to go through the lane of massive losses. You understand how it is? People can be like that. And in fact, I was once like that. The person that taught me, I was like 3 years older than the person that taught me how to trade. So at some point, I had to battle with that stuff, and it's caused by pride. So the moment you allow yourself to get to that particular stage, believe in you, you're going to struggle in this market. All right, your emotions are only active when real money is involved, as truthful as it is. What about trading? But if your money not involved, right, you go to know the emotional attachment of trading. You're not able to feel or quantify the emotional aspect of trading, except your real fund is involved, bro. If you know how to take hustle, get 10K, competent for the market, but now there you go no say through, but trading psychology, they affect markets, even if it's just 1K or 2K. So fast, it's your own personal money. That is why there's this particular aspect which you are going to use to start practicing. We call it the demo account, where you're going to create it's more like a fake account, basically for practice sake. When you're creating this account, you discover that it's easy for people to make money on their demo account. Why? Because there's no emotional attachment there. It's now audio money. But the moment you now transition into a normal account, you now discover that their emotions begin to play with them. So if you don't understand that there's going to be a gap between your demo practice and your real account, there's going to be a problem, right? But then with careful guidance, you can be able to narrow the gap. So even as you're transitioning from demo account to real account, there should not be a huge disparity in your result. And then I'm going to assist you guys to get that done. All right. So it is the most complex aspect of trading to master. Yes, do you know it's the most complex aspect of trading to master? Nobody can really teach you how to master your emotions. Do you know why? Every human being has different psychological makeup. The way my level of fear is different from your level of fear. My level of greed is different from the level of greed. Trading psychology is a subjective discipline. What do I mean? Everybody has his own unique psychological composition. So it's not something. If I cannot use the same strategy I used to succeed in my trading career psychologically to come and to teach you. So what am I going to do in the aspect of trading psychology? All I will do is to expose to you the different ways in which different emotions can affect the trading from an objective point of view. Then you, on the other hand, you now sit down with yourself by yourself and ask the question. Now, considering my kind of person now, how then can I be able to draft out a system that works for me? Because if I'm I came from a very, very conservative environment, right? A house that any small thing you want to do. When I told my mom that I want to start my first business, come and see preaching. They began to call for me over 300 people that have failed in that particular business. You can discover how scary it is. But you know, there are certain families that they try to say, I want to start a business. They give me encouragement. For my own family now, the moment you say that kind of thing, there's a way they put fear in your body. So my own fear component can be slightly more than yours because of what my environment. So if I'm trying to use the blueprint I used to probably conquer my psychology to teach you, I'll end up putting you in problem. Why? Because your own psychological exposure is different from mine. So all I will do is to teach you how fear can affect your trading. Then based on your risk, based on your fear factor, you can be able to fashion out a system for yourself. Even greed, even overconfidence, even self-esteem. People that are having very, very low self-esteem, sometimes they can struggle in trading. Why? Because they have difficulty believing that any meaningful thing can come out of themselves. And before you know, it begins to reflect in their trading performance. You understand? So that is how this psychology thing will affect your trading. It's the most complex aspect to master because it's an abstract concept and because every trader is unique. All right. So many professionals attribute 80% of your trading success to your ability to master your emotions. Yes, 80%. If trading entails 100%, if trading is 100%, many people have attributed 80% of your success to trading career to psychology. What does it mean? You can master all 4 pillars of trading, but the one that holds the weight of your progress is your psychology. And you know, funny thing, it is difficult to manage your psychology. Do you know why? You're probably 20 something years old now. I mean, for over 20 years of your life, you've been indoctrinated into a particular kind of lifestyle. Imagine coming all of a sudden, you want to now learn a career that will now want to question some of the orientation you've had right from childhood. It's going to be difficult to adjust. It's just like habits, because some of these psychological traits, they manifest in your habits. You know, when they say psychology, the way psychology manifests is in your habits, right? So habits, your habit that has been there with you from the time you were giving birth to till today must have probably germinated into a very, very mighty tree. So imagine trying to uproot a mighty tree. There might be a bit of struggle. Why? Because the tree has matured enough. But if it's a habit you just learned probably a few weeks ago or a few months ago, it is easy to uproot them. Why? They have not established properly. You understand? So that is why I say trading can be one of the most trading psychology can be one of the most trickish parts to actually develop. But is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Thank God for the human mind. The human mind is malleable. By malleable means with consistent practice and training, you can train your brain into a new reality you want to to develop into. If you're born into a poverty environment, a poverty mindset, maybe everything around you is screaming poverty. There's where you can reschool yourself and retrain yourself, and your brain will now escape from that poverty environment and put you in a much more progressive environment, right? You can't completely eliminate your emotions. You just have to learn how to control them and use them to your advantage. All emotions have positive effects on your trading performance. Like I said, you are human. Gone are those days and say, trade like a robot. Bro, you cannot trade like a robot. Some of the things that stunted our growth was the fact that we are listening to motivational speakers and we're not listening to experienced traders. Motivational speakers go and say, bro, kill your emotions, trade without fear. Bro, you're human, you can never do without fear. You can only deceive yourself that I have mastered trading, I'm no longer a fearful trader. Bro, that emotion is there. You cannot be, so far as you're breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide, you cannot entirely eliminate fear. So what you're going to do is to learn how to master these emotions in order to give you the best output, not to eliminate it, right? Every human has a default emotional response in an uncertain environment. You have to conquer that default response to win in trading, all right? You know, let me try to create a scenario now. Let's say you want to place a trade, and then maybe you have 100K in your account. You meant to place the trade, then the trade now begins to go against you small. Maybe you begin to see minus 20,000 naira. You know, the first thing that will come to your mind, bro, I'm losing. Let me exit the trade. That's the first. Let's say the amount of money you're willing to risk is a portion of your capital. And that portion is like 100K. But as you enter with the 100K, then the market now tries to go against you a bit. Maybe now went against you by maybe minus 20,000, and then you begin to panic. The first emotional or the default emotion is, bro, you're losing, exits the market. But sometimes you don't know how to say no. The market has not yet gotten to my point of invalidation, so I'm going to still be in the trade, pending when the market reverses and go in my favor. But most people, though, out of fear, they'll exit that particular market, and before you know, the trader then just exit now will come begin to go in their direction. Before they begin to swear, I swear to God, there's somebody in my village that don't want me to succeed in trading. not knowing that it is their emotional response that caused them to take those irrational decisions, not necessarily that there is a third party involved in their trading career. All right, so that's just what it means. All right, so that's just the first pillar. Like I told you guys, all what we're going to be doing in this particular training is going to rally around these 4 pillars. I just gave you a brief overview of what trading psychology is, right? So let's take a brief overview of what trading tactics is. All right, if you're catching the fire, I want you to drop some fireballs in the comment section. If I'm giving you value for your time here, drop some fireballs. Let me know that you're with me. All right. Good. Murtak Mohammed, I can see you. Emmanuel Umar, my guy. I greet you, Baba. All right. So, Miracle, I greet you. Sebastian, I greet you. All right. So if you're getting me, before I progress, let me see some fireballs in the comment section. Give me the go ahead, and then I'm going to proceed with this training. All right. So I have my eyes on the comment section. Right. So this is the second pillar, and it is what trading tactics, or some people call it technical analysis. Right. This is just an overview. Mind you, we're going to have different sections that will now focus in total on these pillars. I'm just trying to give you an overview so you should know what to expect. All right, give me some fireballs and then we would roll. All right, I'm still waiting for the fireballs. Trading tactics. Great. I'm already seeing the fireballs. Thank you, Miracle. All right, enough confirmation to ride on. All right, thank you. Great. I think we can now proceed so that we can save time. Okay. Good. So now, what is trading tactics now? Right? Trading tactics, or in other words, you can call it technical analysis. What does it mean? It means all the method you're going to use to interpret the market information and make meaning from it. When I say market, if you've been in the bootcamp for a while, you'd have seen me share something that looks like a chart where there's line, green and red, thing like that. That is what we call the market. That's what we call the chart, right? It's a graphical representation of the price value of a particular currency or a particular crypto asset. All right. So every means you are going to use to interpret that market information is what we call technical analysis, or what and trading tactics. Right? How you're going to make meaning from that particular chart. That is what it means to have a trading tactics. All right. So it is the simplest to learn. You know, as this is contrary to what most people think. People are like, technical analysis is hard to learn. Bro, it's this among the 4 pillars, right? This is the most simplest to learn. Trading tactics, technical analysis is the most simplest to learn. You see that chart? Being able to understand. It's all about your ability to recognize patterns. I'm going to teach you guys this thing, right? The best of my ability, right? So it is the most simplest to learn. A lot of people make the mistake of focusing 100% on this aspect because it is the most visible aspect of being a trader and ignore other aspects. Go and check every aspiring trader today. They know something about technical analysis. Why? Because that is what people used to easily know that you're a trader. They know they see your psychology. People don't see your risk management. People don't see your trade journal. But what they see that makes them feel like, oh, bro, you did trade is your chart. Then when they check your phone, they begin to see images of pictures of screenshots of charts. Bro, this have the trade, this have a forex trader. So many people subconsciously they have been schooled to believe that the only thing that can make them profitable in trading is if they've mastered technical analysis. In other words, if they've conquered the chart. Is it good to learn how to master the chart? Yes, it's very, very good. But it's an error to dedicate 100% of your effort in learning what trading tactics. Because believe me, if you put this was one of the mistakes. This was some of the mistakes that some of us did that really stunted us. In fact, the first set of trainers that I trained, I made a mistake with them too because I focused a lot. In fact, I focused 80% of our training teaching them about trading tactics. And before you know it, they became very good analysts, but they were not able to make money from the market. You discover that they'll be able to predict the market movement with massive precision, with massive accuracy, yet there's no money to make for themselves. This is a cycle. It's one of the most frustrating cycles of being a trader, where you are good. If you open chart now, you feel us BTC go move from 100k to 90k. Are they sure? But then you're not able to make money from it. So you can see that there's a gap between your skill set, between your trading tactics and your actual performance. What does it tell you? It tells you that learning how to only interpret the market is not sufficient information to give you profitability. Yes, you can dedicate a lot of time. I dedicated good time to trading to understanding the chart and all of those things, but it is not sufficient on its own to give you profitability, right? So Being a good analyst doesn't guarantee a good trader. You don't have to be perfect to win. One of the mistakes that some of us also made is when we began to do technical analysis, we feel like, if we analyze 10 times, we must be correct 10 times. But this market is one industry that you don't have to be right all the time to make money. Do you know, when we begin to practice, you're going to see that you can be, out of 10 times that you analyze the market, you can be wrong 7 times and right 3 times. But just those 3 times that you were right can cover up the losses you've made for those 7 times you were wrong, and even put you in profit. That is the beauty of trading. We are not here to preach perfection. We are here to preach progress and what profitability. So perfection is one of the delusions that some of us have held on to that hindered us from experiencing profitability early. We wanted to be perfect. We wanted that if we place trade now, make it go exactly as we place. We wanted a situation whereby the moment we enter, it's more like we want the market to bow down to our decision. But because it's not like that. But most beginner traders, the moment they begin to analyze, maybe they analyze 1, they fail, analyze 2, they fail. Not like fail per se, but the market hits their stop loss. When you hear me say stop loss, meaning the market went against them and maybe they lost money, they begin to feel like there's something wrong with me. But do you know some of the best traders today, they have a 30% win rate? What do I mean by that? Meaning out of every 10 analysis they conduct on the chart, just maybe 30% of it actually go well. The remaining 70% actually hit their stop loss. They actually lost money 70% of the time. But just that 30% of the time that they made money, they made way more money than they have ever lost. Practical example. Let's imagine you have $1,000. This is going to be a practical class. So I don't know if you're going to give me the response that fast, but I'm going to try to I can to just guide you through it. So let's assume you have a $1,000 account to trade and you want to risk $100 per trade. Then you take your first trade, you collected loss, you lose minus $100. Second trade, minus $100. Third trade, minus $100. Meaning anytime you hit stop loss, you're going to lose what? $100. Let's now say that anytime you now hit take profit, when I say take profit, the market goes in your direction and hit your target, you now made what? $300. Meaning if anytime you lose, you're going to lose $100. But anytime the market goes in your favor, definitely when the market is moving in our favor, we tend to make more money. You now make $300. So let's assume you have a 30% win rate, meaning anytime the market goes again, out of every 10 trades you took, you lost 7 and won only 3. Let's now check with a $30 profit margin. You're going to see how you're going to still remain profitable despite losing 7 trades. You took the first trade, stop loss, you lose $100. Second trade, $100. Third trade, you lose $100. So you place 3 trades, you lost all of them, and you lost $100. Then the fourth trade you place, let's say you now hit TP. So you've placed 4 trades, you've lost 3, which is what? $300, and you've made money from 1, which is what? $300. So you can see just that one time where you hit profit, you cleared all the 3 losses, right? But mind you, that's just what 4 times that you've placed the trade. Then the 5th time when you place trade, you still collect stop loss again. So you've gone back to another minus $100 again. The 6th time you place another minus $100 again. How many times is remaining for you now? You still have 4 more trades to place, right? Then the next trade you place, you still have a minus $100. So you can see you've placed 8 trades, and you have you have 6. You've placed 8 trades. You had I might count. You had 7. You placed 8 trades. You had 7 stop loss. So right. So 7 times 100 is what's giving you a minus $700 profit. And then you only out of that 8 trades, you only had 1 TP. That's what you had a profit of 800. So by the time you minus your profit from your loss, mean you have a net loss of $400. Mind you, still have 2 more trades to place, and let's assume you place those next 2 trades and then they all hit TP. So you can see out of 10 trades where you place, now only 3 hit TP, and then only 7 hit stop loss. But the cumulative of your loss is what? 7 times 100 is $700. But then look at the cumulative of your profit. 300 times 3 is what? Is 900. So you can see you've made even though you had more losses, you had more analysis that failed, but because of your risk management was on point, you discover that even when you hit profit, despite losing 70% of the time, just that 30% of the time was able to clear up your loss and put you in $200 profit. Because the 3 trades where you win, you made $300. That's what? $900 in total. The next 7 trades, the other 7 trades where you place, you lose $100. That's what? $700. By the time you minus your $900 profit, your $700 loss from your $900 profit, you're still going to be left with $200 profit. But do you know many people do not have the mental capacity to be able to hold themselves or to maintain their steez while this series of loss and wins are coming? So you discover that they get emotionally destabilized when maybe as they get loss, win, they be like, which kind of thing be this? Shey na so life go dey. But then if you understand the game of trading, you're going to understand it's not by your how perfect you are. It's a game of, do you understand the risk? If you understand the risk, believe me, you even in the midst of chaos, you can still amount profitable. All right? Like I said, you don't have to be perfect to win. And I believe that, I want to believe that you guys got that analogy I did. All right? So now let's make progress. Now, like I said, now these things, right, we have dedicated sections to learn about them. I'm just, just giving an overview now so you can be better prepared. So once you begin to teach and I begin to mention one or two analogies like that, you'll be able to relate to what I'm saying. This is not entirely a class on technical analysis or a class on risk management. It's just an overview section. All right. So let's make progress. There are different approaches to interpret market information, but they all lead to the same direction. I keep on telling people, you see this market what we talk about, bro, there are different approaches to interpret markets. Let me try to create a scenario. Sorry, me, I'm a storyteller, right? So you're going to enjoy a couple of stories. So let's assume you relocated to Ibadan. I've never been to Ibadan, but let's assume I relocated to Ibadan. And then I met one of my very good friends there, Berry. Do you know that the only thing Berry owes me is to say, and I asked Berry, after Berry, where have you go buy maybe rice? Where's the market? The only thing Berry owes me is to show me one road to the market. You say, okay, after this market, if you want to go market bar, just climb by from here, go there. He will only show me one road to the market. If I ask him, Berry, after where the road to the church? The only thing Berry owes me as a friend is to show me one road to the market. But do you know, or do you agree with me, that as I begin to interact with the environment, I mean, you personally, mind you, but as I begin to interact with the environment, as I begin to explore, I'll begin to understand the environment, and then I will now discover alternative roads to not just go to the market, but also go to church. So you discover that me way come, I only knew just one road. In fact, at some point, I was even struggling to remember that particular road. But a point to come about, I'll become a grandmaster. That even if you tie my eye, I can show you 200 roads to go to the same market. Do you guys relate to that example? That's why did I give that example? I give that example to say that while you're here, I'm going to teach you how to interpret the market information. But can I surprise you? Can I burst your bubbles? As I am teaching you, bro, if you practice hard enough, I might show you only one approach, but your consistent practice would help you to understand other alternative roads that can assist you to interpret market information. It's that simple. So there's the person I learned technical analysis. I started learning technical analysis 2021, right? But do you know that the person that taught me, when he recently, I was on a live call with him. Some people know tech risk. I was on a live call with him, and then she said I should share my chart. The minute I shared my chart, he said, "Oh boy, now so you trade now." Now it is not because he's my mentor, so it's not as if I just asked him for a bit of clarification, and he said, "Okay, let's hop on a call." And then it got to the point that I had to share my screen with him. So when he saw my chart, I said, now is this how you trade now? Wow, he was surprised because this was not exactly what he taught me. But then what he taught me was important. Yes, it was important. If I look down on what he taught me, it is just like me looking down on the road that Berry showed me when I got to Ibadan the first time. Please, is my illustration making sense to you? Is my illustration if my illustration is making sense? Please let me know in the comment section. Right? So the road that Berry showed me, it might not be so convenient at first, but so far as it is leading me to my direction, I'll be loyal to it. But you know, funny thing, it is not mandated that I stick to that particular road. If during the course of my stay in Ibadan, I was able to discover other alternative roads, they did not put a gun to my head and say you must follow that one road that Berry showed you. I can begin to follow other alternative roads I found. If probably I discover a shorter cut, or maybe I discover an alternative route that is easy for me, I can go through it so far as I'm still arriving at my destination. All right? So great. I have people saying that they confirm to the illustration. Amazing. Right? So that's just how trading is. They are different. Don't come and be looking for which method is perfect over another one again. Yes, your level of understanding of a particular concept might be quite easier for you compared to other concepts, but then no concept is better than the other. Last, you are here to make the money. So whatever system that gives you the money, focus on it. But never in any way look down or underrate somebody's ability to interpret the market. Because if you know that I've taken trades, right, and I went on Twitter, I saw people sharing the same bias. We are all predicting that the market is going to go up, but we all use different approach, different road, but to the same destination. That is the beauty of trading. right? So I don't want you to come and start feeling that you must one person's trading strategy is better than the other. No, it's not like that. All right. So let's make progress. Don't try to master all approaches. Just look for one approach. Okay, just one approach is enough to make you life-changing money. It's just that simple. Imagine when I go to Ibadan, after Berry showed me one road, and I discovered 10 extra roads. And then one day I woke up in the morning, I want to go to the market. Okay, I want to go to the market, and I swear that I must follow all the 10 roads. I go mad. Is that easy? Because you don't need to follow all the 10 roads to go to the market. Bro, one road is enough for you till the day you leave Ibadan, except for inconveniences. Yes, it is good to be dynamic, to be flexible. Know the different roads. Do you know why? In there times there might be roadblock in this part, there might be go slow in this particular one, or maybe there might be ambulance might be on this particular road. Then you can be able to alternate and still maneuver your way to your destination. Because sometimes that particular road that you like might have one or two hitches that might warrant you to just make a temporary detour. But at the end of the day, you know what works for you and you stick to it, right? So don't try to approach or master all the approach or use all the approach at the same time. You go mad, right? So let's move. There is no single best approach. Whatever approach that works for you and earns you good money, stick to it. I've emphasized it enough, and I don't want to repeat myself again, right? So the third pillar is what? It's risk management. All right, risk management. This training is supposed to be a 1 hour section. My trainings are not usually long. They are always in bits. Sometimes when you see me stay so long on my training, is because I'm trying to give analogies to help you understand better. Right? Normally my training are within the 40 minutes to 1 hour max. You see me extend long, probably when we get to the point of I'm trying to now show you guys some practical illustrations like that. All right. So risk management now. Trading is built upon risks. I've already told you guys this one. Trading is a risky business, but it's a high risk, high reward, right? If you don't know how to manage your risk, you keep exposing yourself to risk of ruin and moving in circles. What is risk of ruin? Today you're making money and tomorrow you're back to ground zero. So risk of ruin is that kind of risk that when you take it or when you encounter it, it takes you back to ground zero. Now in trading, most people have gone up and still come back to ground zero. Do you know why? They don't understand the concept of risk management. Right? But do you know what risk management is? Let me give you an example. Risk management is just like a bulletproof a soldier wears and goes to the battlefield. Now, let me ask you, does a bulletproof prevent you from dying? No! A bulletproof does not prevent you from dying. What does a bulletproof do? Well, contrary to most opinion, people say, if you know risk management, you cannot blow your account. Bro, it's just like saying if you wear bulletproof, you cannot die in the battlefield. If you wear a bulletproof, right, there is some kind of movement you go make, bullets feel knock you for neck, you still die. I don't understand. So what a bulletproof does for you, it tends to give you extra it's more like it tends to give you an opportunity to re-strategize. You know, say if you wear your bulletproof vest, you're now walking inside the battlefield, maybe you're playing a video game, you're walking in the battlefield, and then you saw that somebody shot you on your bulletproof vest. Now you would not die. Why are you not dying at the first instance of that bullet, even though you got shot at? But you did not die because the bulletproof was able to shield the loss. Was able to shield that bullet. So your bulletproof can sustainably 1 bullet, 2 bullets, 3 bullets. If as a wise soldier you refuse to take note and say, these are bullets don't touch me, man, take cover. If you refuse to take cover and still put all your hope on that bulletproof, the moment the bulletproof collect 1 bullet, 2 bullets, 3 bullets, it will get to a point that the bulletproof can no longer sustain the bullet and it will penetrate and you will die. What am I trying to say? Risk management, as much as this management is like a bulletproof, if you don't use your sense and trade the market, right? This same risk management where they talk, now go protect your account, now go blow your account more. Because risk management is not here to prevent you from blowing your account. It is just here to make your stay long enough pending when you can re-strategize. It's more like giving you a second chance. But wait, this one way I don't lose money. I'm doing something wrong. Let me adjust. When you adjust, at least you can see that instead of just dying at the first shot of a loss, you can now you have the opportunity to re-strategize. Most people, because they don't understand risk management, just the first loss they encounter will blow their account. You understand? But what you're here to learn is how to understand the concept of risk management. I have a dedicated session to risk management. This is just like an overview, right? But like I told you, take risk management like a bulletproof vest. It does not necessarily prevent you from dying. It only what gives you a heads up that Baba, you're exposing yourself too much. Take cover, re-strategize.
But when you refuse to re-strategize and you keep on exposing yourself, there's a limit to which the bulletproof can save you. So you can see now, what are those re-strategizing that you have to re-strategize? Re-strategizing comes from what? Checking your psychology. All right? You probably had that loss. Why did you have that loss? Maybe it's because of your psychology. But risk management will say, okay, don't worry, we'll pity you small. Make you just lose small of your money. Just like bulletproof. When they shoot you on a bulletproof vest, you will feel the pain, but you will not die. So when you encounter a loss, yes, it will affect your portfolio, but you will not die. Your account will not blow. Do you understand? So you just look at, so make I strategize. Let me check my technical analysis. Is there something wrong with my analysis? Let me re-strategize. And then if after you have re-strategized, you enter the market again, you collect another loss, it's a hint that, bro, something is wrong. Go and work on your system. So by the time you've collected 1, 2, 3, it now gives an opportunity to refine your system and come back much more better. So you can see that despite having 1 or 2 rough starts, because of you've applied proper risk management, you're still able to survive the storm and still come back strong. That's the beauty of risk management. That's the essence of risk management. Risk management does not remove the possibility of blowing your account. If you continue to discard, what risk management will do to just elongate your debt. You know when they say bulletproof now, instead make you die by 1 bullet, you can't go die by 10 bullets. You die, you end up dying, but just that you don't die by 10 bullets. That's what risk management does. To give you like an opportunity to, okay, I'm in the market now. I will not die by 1 bullet. I will not die by 2 bullets. I will not die by 3 bullets. You not die by 10 bullets. But at the end of the day, if you refuse to guard yourself, you still die last. All right. So that's just it about risk management, right? So it's not by how much you make when you're right. It's by how much you lose when you're wrong. Funny part. You know funny thing about this thing? There are people that they have made $10,000 in a trade. If they make profit, they made profit. But when they lost $11,000. That's madness, bro. You made $10,000 profit, good profit. But when you now lost more than the money you made. Why are you deceiving? You're walking around in circles. Bro, it's just like you went to the market, you carry a basket and you go into the center of an ocean. You now fill the basket with water and you now start carrying the basket and you're happy. Bro, I don't fetch water. The more you're approaching the shore, the more every water in that basket is going back into the river. People that don't understand risk management, that is what they do. So it's not by how much, bro, the money did the market. Yes, money did the market, but when the losses come, how much do you lose? Risk management will help you to limit the amount of money you lose so that one loss will not just sabotage your account. At least as they make the money, even if you want to lose, make you lose small. It does not make sense that you make $1,000 today and the next minute you're losing $1,001. $1,001. It means you're not profitable. It's not by how much, like I told you guys, anybody can just enter the market and make money. Just anybody. You don't need any skill. So making the money is not the problem. It's being able to keep the money you've made. When those we said losses are inevitable. When those inevitable losses come, how do you handle them? Do you allow just one loss to pack out your 10 consecutive wins? Yes, we have people that they made 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 loss. No, they made profit. They took 10 trades. The first 5 trades were profit. In fact, the first 8 trades, they were in profit. Then the 9th trade, they lost everything they have made and even more. These are people that don't understand the idea of risk management. It's not by how much you make when you're right. It's by how much you're able to prevent. It's not by how much you make when you're right, but how much you lose when you're wrong. Because if you lose much more than you earn, you're not profitable. Because at the end of the day, you're back to ground zero, risk of ruin, right? So now let's proceed, right? Regardless of how accurate your trading tactics can be, of course, when we say trading tactics, we mean technical analysis. Regardless of how accurate your trading tactics can be, the market is full of uncertainty and it's expected you stay always on guard. No matter as the market day, it's expected you always stay on guard. Like I told you guys, no strategy is failure proof. When I was in the example of Ibadan, that time I did Ibadan, this particular road might be the best road, but not be every time where that best road go to shop log. Sometimes maybe rain can fall and maybe the gutter can break or the bridge can break. It's unplanned for. Sometimes there might be go-slow there. Nobody wakes up and plan a go-slow. It just happened by the uncertainty of life. So that your strategy is not failure proof. There are days that you don't have to do anything wrong, you're going to lose money. You do everything right and you still lose money. So because of that possibility exists to lose money in trading, you need to always apply this management. Nothing like, bro, this setup now A+ setup, maybe knock and loss, bro, you go collect. Always be on guard. Always apply risk management on every trade you're taking. Don't ever fall for the delusion of this trade is sure. You don't know which one sure pass which one. I'm not here to play bet Nigeria or trying to gamble. So every trade you're placing, whether it looks like a good setup or a bad setup, so far as you want to place the trade, you apply proper risk management, because every trade sustains equal potential to go against you. So because of that possibility exists, you need to use your sense. If not, that trade is about this trade, now go hard or go home. You go home. Most times when people get to that realm of go hard or go home, bro, they end up going home. So don't be among them. Always apply proper risk management. All right, so let's make progress. I hope you guys are getting value for your time here. All right, so if you're getting value, let me see some fireballs in the comment section, and then we'll make progress. Good. I want to see you're late. Yeah, you can watch the replay. Sebastian, makes sense. Thank you so much. Mr. John, my guy, celebrate you, sir. Good. So let's continue. Let's make progress so we can finish up on time. All right. So risk management helps you preserve your capital when your analysis plays out. I always tell people the highlight of risk management is capital preservation. I mean, this is your capital first. Make you preserve them first. Because if you lose them now, you guys go back to school. You guys go back to begin the grind, they find money. So risk management is all about what? Capital preservation. This is my capital. How can I preserve it that what I will not carelessly use it to trade, right? So it helps keep you long enough in the game until the odds favor you. You remember when I said you take your first trade, you collect stop loss, but even though you collect stop loss, you did not blow your account. You adjust more. You enter the second trade, yeah, you no come go against you still lose money. You place the third trade, you can see the odds are not yet in your favor. But you're consciously refining your strategy. Then because of you've collected 3 stop loss, but you have not blown your account, what kept you long enough in the game, even after taking 3 consecutive stop loss? It was your risk management. So you can see risk management keeps you long enough in the game until that your favorable setup will come up and give you the money you're looking for. It's as simple as that, right? So you can be 99% accurate. With poor risk management, you can lose everything. If you take 10 trades, win 9, first trade, hit TP, maybe you take first 9 trades, you made $900. Then one trade, you now say, bro, make I go big. The same will take risk. You now enter and risk $1,000. From your $900 profit, let's say you now risk the entire $100. Then now that one way they will come punish you. The market can't go against you. Maybe that one you don't really apply proper risk management. You're going to discover that all the money you've made in the first 9 trades, you lost it in just one trade. That is a careless trading decision. So no matter how the trade look promising, never ever allow yourself get to the point of risking all your entire capital on a single trade. There's a way you can decide that even though I am taking this particular trade, I don't want one trade to sabotage my account. At least that's what we call the 10/10 rule. At least, if you go blow your account, make it be safe, you don't collect 10 bullets. 10 stop loss back to back, before you blow your account. Nobody can say the man they place one trade, they don't already lose 50% of their portfolio. As they're placing the second trade, back to square one. Does not make sense, right? Losses are inevitable, so risk management is a non-negotiable aspect of trading. I already emphasized enough. So it is less tedious to learn. However, you need high-level discipline to stick to your risk management strategy. It's not hard to learn. Right? When we get to the aspect of risk management, it's not hard to learn. It's just a matter of discipline. Can you stick to your analysis long enough for the analysis to play out and give you profit? That's what you should ask yourself. So many people, they know a very good risk management strategy, but because of their poor psychological makeup, they don't have the discipline to stay true to the analysis, or they don't have the discipline to hold themselves accountable to themselves. So discover that they'll be making, even though they say, I want to risk just 1% or 2%, but greed, fear, all of this will make them go to be altering their risk management plan. So discipline is an important component when it comes to managing your risk management strategy. So you need to train yourself to accept the reality that the market presents endless amount of opportunity on a daily basis. Even if you miss one setup, bro, another one will come. Don't say, if I don't take this particular trade now, my mama not go dey happy with me. I not go buy that Lamborghini. Bro, the market was there before you, will be there after you. Bro, the market has been there before you come and experience the market. Even when you go, the market will stay there. And opportunities will keep on coming every blessed day. So even if you miss one opportunity, don't feel bad about it. Don't over pressure this thing. I must catch them. Bro, if you don't if it has gone above or beyond where you can take the trade, allow it be. I always give the example. Most of us are Nigerians here. With a couple of my friends are from Ethiopia, but I believe you have cab like a taxi. We call it taxi here, or you have keke napep. Imagine you want to go for an interview, and then you wore your suit, and then you came out to enter keke napep, and then when you're approaching your junction, you now saw one empty keke napep pass. Will you start shouting keke, wait? No, because you know that if you get to the junction, definitely another one will come. But most people, right? You see these steals you have when you want to go look for a job, and then the first keke pass, where you begin to pursue them. Most people in trading, they have that mob mentality that the moment they come and then they see one trade opportunity, and then it is going. Instead of them to maintain their steals and say another one will come, they go begin to chase that one. Then you discover that inside your suit, you begin to sweat. You become very dirty. Why? Because of your chasing a trade that has gone already. So have the mindset that that's what trading is relatable to some of our daily practice. You can see how I just related keke napep to trading now. That's how it happens. But because of you feel like trading is something it's not entirely different. They say principles are universal. So the principle that applies in other aspects of your life, you can apply them in trading too and see good results for yourself. So risk management teaches you how to preserve your capital even in the midst of turbulence, thus availing you another chance to make things work for yourself. I already stressed that enough, right? So let's talk about the last concept, and then we're going to call it a day for today, right? The ability to write down, just like trade journaling, right? Let me see if I have any comments, right? So I have some comment section. Mr. Paul, thank you for being around to this moment. I value your presence here. All right, so good. So now let's look at trade journaling. Just as name imply, trade journaling. Now, let me ask you, have you ever seen a reputable businessman that does not have a sales record or does not have a book that he keeps stock or inventory of his products? Have you ever seen any businessman? Maybe you go to go and buy you go to go and buy a particular commodity. Maybe you want to go and buy appliance, and you bought fan. They did not give you invoice, and they did not keep a record of what you bought. There's no successful businessman that does not keep record. But do you know, in trading, people have in outside they call it arena. People have arena trading. People have looked down on trading. People have undermined trading so much that they don't see the need to journal. They don't see a need to keep a document to track their progress. They just like it's somewhere they can just come in and go out carelessly like that. That is why they're not making progress. Because imagine a man that's not keeping inventory of his product in his shop. He not gonna know when fan not finished. He not gonna know when this particular commodity is finished. So you will not know how to adapt to market demands. So when you as you're trading, it is expected you document everything that you're learning. There's a particular session dedicated to learning about trade journaling. This is just an overview. So as a trader, you need to document your experiences. Why? So you can be able to recognize patterns that have made you not to be profitable, or probably patterns that have been able to help you to be profitable. Because sometimes your brain is not as amazing as you think. It can forget. But the only thing that can make you not to forget certain patterns is when you have documented them. I remember the first time I got an account to trade, that was 2022, right? I got somebody funded me $1,000 to help them trade, and then during that period of time, that was when I just finished learning technical analysis. I think it was 2023. Yes, I just finished learning technical analysis, and then what happened? I began to trade. Stop loss. You know that it was in the midst. That was when time I went close to depression. But not funny thing, it was in the midst of that trying moment I found out a strategy that works for me. But you know how I was able to find out that for strategy? I had a book I could make reference to. I said, this is what wrong. They collect stop loss. Let me go and check. Is there a pattern in this my stop loss? In this my losses that I'm not seeing? The moment I brought out let's say I brought out my trade journal, I began to check it. I discovered that anytime I did like this, that was when the market, I always used to get stop loss. And I said, okay, so do you mean that if I just did or use this particular level, I'm not going to get stop loss? And instantaneously, I saw a change in my result. Why? Because I had somewhere to go and make reference to. I had something to go back to and study my performance. Therefore, I now had a way to readjust my strategy to suit the current demands of the market. Bro, if you're not ready to make adjustments, if you keep on forcing the wrong thing in the market, you go continue to collect until you get sense. If you don't get sense, the market will continue to chop on me. So sometimes the thing that would help you to notify or note some of these patterns of error or patterns of progression is when you have a systematic way to journal. Even when you're learning, now you don't begin to learn. I don't know if any of you have your book here, but if I show you my books I used to write my training, I have books I used to study learning technical analysis. if I carry a number, when I go to say I use crayon, I use green and red marker, I was literally drawing. So documenting does not just start from the point of execution. Even when you learn, you can begin to document. Right? You don't just document random facts. There are certain indices you look out for when trying to document your experience. It's not like, it's just like a person that is selling commodities. It's not everything you go document. There are certain key things you need to document, right? So that's how it is in trading too. Journaling starts from your learning phase to your practice stage, and most importantly to your point of execution. From your practice stage to your learning stage, down to the point of execution, you need to journal. Why? So that you can be able to work, to know what works and what doesn't work. All right? This brings us to the end of the section. I want to believe you had maximum value for your time. If you did, let me see some fireballs in the comment section, and then we'll call it a day. This is already exactly 1 hour to the training started. So let me see some fireballs in the comment section. Let me give some people a few shout outs, and then we'll call it a day. Thank you so much for being here. I trust you got value for your time. All right. So I'm going to see your grades, some fireballs. I'm seeing the fireballs already in support. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let me see the fireballs. Get it rolling. Let me give you a bit of shout out, and then we'll end the section right away. Right, so we are done for today. Okay, I'm seeing some fireballs. Nice one. I celebrate you guys. Giving you shout out now. Mr. Success, I celebrate you. Mr. Miracle, I celebrate you. Mr. Paul, I celebrate you. Mr. Miracle, yes, celebrate you. Thank you so much for being here. Celebrate you all. Thank you so much. Right, so without wasting so much time, so that this session does not get extremely lengthy, I'll be ending the section right away. Right, so let's go to the comment section. Let's go to the group chat, and of course, let's go and prepare those that are not here. Right, there's going to be a replay. So in case you need to, watch and understand what we're, because I speak like radio, we don't break. Pardon me for that. I stutter and I speak very, very fast. That's why you have a replay. And thank God, YouTube has a way to slow down people's speech. So if I'm speaking too fast for you, please ensure you bear with me. Bear with me. So you have so much to give, so much value to give, right? So just watch it again, take as much note as you can take, and then we'll meet tomorrow, right? So please go to the group chat and go and prepare those that are not here. All right, so thank you so much for your time. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.